Welcome to another episode of Walk and Talk. Thanks for joining with me today. We're in a totally different spot, which is exciting. And I guess part of these walks and talks are to go to different spots in Sydney and eventually other parts of Australia and the world. But let's just start with home. And so today we are in Whale Beach, which is one of my favorite spots in Sydney. So hopefully you'll get to see a bit of the background. I'll film a little bit of what's to look at. Now, be aware there are going to be some hills, which means I'll have to slow down a little bit. As you know, the goal is to hit one hill a day, sometimes two if I can, depending on time. And so today it's just one. That's all I have time for. So right now I'm going up a hill. I wanted to try and share as much as the walks as possible and not keep cutting and editing, because I think it's better that it's real. And maybe there'll come a time where I'll be doing these hills and be able to breathe a lot better over time, because cardio fitness will be better. So the conversation today, this one is for the Leos. And the conversation for the Leos is, number one, first thing, in your life right now, it's about giving yourself permission, letting yourself be where you are. I feel like part of the fight and flight for the Leos at the moment is that you're not allowing yourself to just land where you are. Because, excuse me, you may have ideas that where you are isn't the best place to be. You should be somewhere different. And these ideas do nothing but torture you. And they're never useful. Now, it's not about getting rid of them, because you can't really do that. But what you can do is give yourself some really good daily reminders. So it could be, have like post-it notes in different places. I'm exactly where I need to be. I feel like Leos do really well with reminders, with post-it notes put in different places, maybe something on your phone, a quote that is all about telling you and reminding you that it's safe for you to be where you are. I'm not necessarily talking about the circumstances of your life, just to clarify, because sometimes the battle is with the circumstances of your life. I'm not suggesting that you just go, oh well, these are the circumstances and there's nothing I can do about it. That's not true. There's a lot you can do. It's just that you want to make sure that the actions you're taking and decisions you're aligning with are true. So when I say let yourself be where you are, it starts with present moment awareness. When you give yourself permission to be in the present moment, just land. Go a little bit slower. What you'll find is you then have access to true decisions and true actions. Once you've made a true decision, whatever that may be for you, I feel like aligning with the action is almost immediate for you, which is great, because you have another great abilities that the Leos have is rolling up your sleeves and moving forward. You have that great ability. It's worked for you many times in your life. It's just that now you need to gauge whether you're moving forward from fear and you're scared, you don't want to be where you are, or you're moving forward from a space where it's love. You oscillate between both, nothing wrong with that. I just want to make this clear. There's nothing wrong with any of it. And I say that very often because of people's tendency to judge themselves for decisions and ideas and thoughts, you know. Just because you have a particular thought crossing your mind, it's very easy to judge yourself for that thought. Make it mean you're bad or you're this, and you know, that's not useful. So one of your greatest traits and characteristics as a Leo is to be able to roll your sleeves up and do the work. You're not afraid of doing the work. Sure, there are places where you try to skip doing the work, and they're the moments in your life where you're tired. And so when you're tired, instead of resting and going, you know what, I just need to take a bit of a break and it's okay for me to take a break. That's the kind of conversation you need to have with yourself. Instead of doing that, what you have a tendency to do as a Leo is when you get tired, you start to shut down because let me put it this way. When you get tired, you start to shut down because you judge yourself for being tired. You judge yourself for the process of where you need rest, because you shouldn't have to need rest. You should be able to keep going and going and going. And so this is some of the dialogue that goes on for the Leos, whether you're conscious to it or not. Your opportunity is to go, okay, I'm going to take a bit of a break. And sometimes for the Leos, what that looks like is 2-3 days where you take your foot off the accelerator and you do nothing. I know it's actually quite scary for the Leo sometimes, but that rejuvenates you and it helps you actually go the extra mile in your life without getting burnt out. So you want to be really good at now gauging when you're feeling tired and making sure that you rest because you're feeling tired. Okay, we're going to go up another hill. I'll just do some pondering while we're walking up this hill. Okay, that's hill accomplished for today. Done. All I care is that it's done. So it's funny because some days it's like, oh, I don't want to do this. But it's a commitment. Has to be done. Hello, how are you? Okay, so we were talking to the Leos. Oh, beautiful kookaburras. Your ability to get on with it is masterful, and then you've got to also gauge yourself to make sure you take breaks so that you don't burn out. That's what avoids the burnout for you, is respecting the fact that you too need a break. We all need breaks. And I mentioned earlier, 2-3 days, foot off the pedal, and you've basically recovered, regenerated, renewed your energy, and your ability to keep going is amazing. Now, the purpose of this particular video today for the Leos is to remind you that you need to be where you're at. Give yourself permission to be where you're at. Let yourself be where you are. And that doesn't necessarily mean circumstances. That's not to say that you don't. This is an interesting one because I want to say acceptance is key, because it's important to let yourself feel how you're feeling. However, this can easily be misconstrued to people then kind of giving up and going, well, nothing can be done now. So when I say let yourself be where you are, means first of all, get present. Allow yourself each day to land. And I feel like that's kind of the missing piece for the Leos at the moment. If you give yourself permission to land and be exactly in the present moment, so practicing present moment awareness, and I would say even call it the landing. I'm going to give myself 20 minutes to just do some landing, right? It's just a different word, because then it gives your mind something different as well. If it's just the same thing over and over and over again, your ego gets a hold of it, and once your ego has gotten a hold of whatever exercise you're doing, then it's all becomes what's that word? You're consciousizing everything. So you just got to be mindful of that. This is why I chop and change exercises a lot, so that we're not just doing the same thing over and over and over again. Sure, there's always the basics and the base that you have to be very aware of, and that is feeling sensations in the energy field of the body, breathing, so on and so forth, all of that which supports you to access the here and now. For you, it's the reminders that allow your body and mind to know that it's safe to be here. So I'm safe in the here and now. I want you to write as many of these as you can, put them around in your home or wherever it is you spend majority of your time, and every single day look at it. I do this for about 2 weeks for the Leos. Doesn't need to be more than this, because again, if you keep looking at the same note in the same place, you'll end up forgetting that it's there, right? So we've got to switch it up. So once you've got that, it's a good reminder that it's safe for you to be in the present moment. Once you know that it's safe to be in the present moment, then you can start honoring your the emotions that are unexpressed. You can start honoring what's hiding in the back of your mind and in your body. And when I say honor it, essentially what you're doing is giving different parts of you the opportunity to feel heard and seen. When these different parts of you have the opportunity to feel heard and seen, you're free. You are free. For as long as there are different parts of you that don't have the opportunity to feel heard and seen, they continue to become stumbling blocks and hurdles and so on and so forth. Again, not good, not bad, not right, not wrong. But if you want to do the work, for you right now, it's landing. It's safe to be in my body. It's safe to be in the present moment. More importantly, it's safe to be in the present moment. Of course, the body matters as well in terms of nervous system and feeling safe to be in the body, 100%. But just for words, for the Leo at the moment, it's safe to be in the now, because we want to focus on being in the present moment. And take the breaks. 2-3 days, take your foot off the pedal. And that's the message for the Leos today. Thank you for walking with me, and thank you for listening to me, doing my best to conquer heels on a daily basis. Sending you all so much love. If anyone has any questions, of course, feel free to reach out, DM anytime. Thanks for your time.